The case I'm going to be talking about today is a very tragic one. The way it played out, it probably should have never happened for a lot of reasons. It's also very controversial, again for a number of reasons. This is an incident that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of or read something about, and you probably have your opinions of it as well. From news reports, official reports, and breakdowns from everything from previous law enforcement to lawyers, the opinions lean heavily one way. What I'm hoping to do is give a series of observations of my own, play a lot of audio, and make it so you can have your opinion. And that audio is going to start right now. Welcome back to Music City 911.
What's the address for your emergency?
2868 South Hoover Avenue.
What's going on there?
I keep hearing stuff on the outside of my house, and it sounds like somebody was banging on the side of my house. I don't know. Oh, could y'all come and see?
And can you confirm the address for me?
It is 2868 South Hoover Avenue.
What is your name?
Sonya Massey.
And your phone number?
I don't know the number by heart, but I know that somebody's outside my house right now.
Okay. Have you seen the person?
And that's where the call ends. I'm not sure if the call dropped or the caller just hung up, but for some of the other things I'll play later, I believe she probably hung up. I played this call first to give a starting point of all the things that happened. But the thing about this is, that call was not necessarily a starting point. This was one of the last of a series of phone calls that was placed to 911, starting a couple days before this one. This caller is reporting that someone is banging on the walls of her house. Something like this, just from the way it was said, it would be somewhat of a prowler type situation. This is different than a suspicious person. A suspicious person is someone who looks odd or maybe be out of place walking down the street or something like that. A prowler is someone who is actually on your or someone else's property, possibly looking into doors or windows, or just generally doing what the name implies, prowling around. From what we heard, the person who was knocking or banging on the side of the house, it didn't seem like they were trying to get into the house. Nothing was said to indicate that was happening. And before further info was obtained, the phone call cuts off. That call came in at 12:49 in the morning, just after midnight, in Springfield, Illinois on July 6th. Sheriff's deputies were dispatched to check it out, but we'll have to come back to that later. I want to go back to the start of all this and work my way back to this point. The first call came in on July 4th at 9:26 p.m.
911, what's the address for your emergency? Hello, 911. Hello, 911.
I'm cool.
Hello, 911. Hello.
Nothing was said directly to dispatch on that call, and it was disconnected. The dispatcher calls the number back.
Well, I guess we don't pick up.
Hello, 911.
Hello?
This is 911. We received a call from this
Hello?
number. Do you have an emergency?
Yes, I do.
What's going on there?
Somebody's trying to hurt me.
Who's trying to hurt you?
A lot of them.
Who?
Well, never mind. Must not be the right number.
That's not what I said.
This time the caller hangs up. She says someone is trying to hurt her and that there were a lot of them. When questioned as to who was trying to hurt the caller, she said, "Never mind, this must have been a wrong number," before she hangs up. Deputies were dispatched to the scene, and according to the call detail log, at 9:41 p.m., an update to the log was entered that said, "Caller was hesitant and would not speak. Advised she no longer needed police." Deputies checked back in service for other calls. No action was taken. The next call came in the next day, July 5th at 9:07 in the morning.
911, address of emergency. Okay, what's going on there?
Well, my daughter is being sporadic, and she's been mentally having a mental breakdown, which is something new to me. She's not a danger to herself. She's not a danger to me. But when she gets upset, then she thinks everybody's after her. Like paranoid schizophrenic. She thinks everybody's after her.
Okay. How old is she?
Yeah. She's 35.
What's her name?
Sonya Massey.
Sonya, you said?
I'm just answering the question. Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry. Hello. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Her name is Sonya?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And what's your name?
Donna.
Donna, what's your phone number there?
He's out in the front of the house talking so loud that you could probably hear her to the end of the block.
Okay.
She had a car keys in her hand, but they told me, the mental people told me to call 911 because she could get in her car and kill herself or somebody, because she has ran a couple of red lights when she went, and so she's being sporadic, and I don't want you guys to hurt her, please. Don't.
Okay, ma'am, I've got some questions I've got to ask you. Does she have a weapon?
Okay. No.
Okay. Is this a suicide attempt?
No, she won't. She's not going to hurt herself or anyone else.
Okay. Is she alert?
She's alert.
Okay.
Mom.
All right. Ma'am, we're going to get help on the way, okay? If anything changes or she tries to leave, call me back.
Okay, my sister has something to say that she saw that I didn't see. She said, never mind.
Okay.
We got it covered.
Help's on the way.
Thank you, and please don't send no combative policemen that are prejudiced, please.
Okay, well, that would be none of them, man. They just do their job, okay?
Oh, they're all fucked up. They're scary. I'm scared of the police. Please,
okay. There's nothing to be fearful of, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sometimes they make the shit bit worse.
Okay. Help's on the way, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
This call was placed by the first caller's mother. The daughter, 36-year-old Sonya Massey, was having some mental health issues. There was mention of paranoid schizophrenia, that she was outside yelling loudly enough that it could be heard down the block, and that the mother was talking with some sort of mental health professionals to try and figure something out. They advised her to call police because they were fearful that Sonya may try to drive her car, and that in previous episodes she had ran stop signs, potentially putting herself or others in danger. Her mother finishes the call by saying to not send any prejudiced police, and that she herself was afraid of the police. For the longest time, I've thought that if someone is having mental health issues or even some sort of crisis, mental health experts should be the ones doing any sort of evaluation. Likely because of extremely low staffing levels by mental health professionals, they will often ask for police to be dispatched to get a general evaluation, then report back to them. The problem I have with police doing this sort of thing is that most of them are not fully trained the way that mental health professionals are. They may have some level of training, but I think the biggest thing is determining if the person is a danger to themselves or others. There's a sort of disconnect between police and mental health people that way. Back to the call and the response from deputies. A call was also placed for an ambulance to respond with the deputies in case transport to a hospital needed to happen. At 10:12 in the morning, a little over an hour after the call was placed, there was an update to the call log. It read, spoke with 17 and with Sonya. Sonya advised that she did not want to speak with any medical professionals or seek treatment at this time. 17 advised that Sonya was not suicidal or homicidal. Sonya also spoke with EMTs on scene and MBH, who both cleared Sonya. I'm not sure who 17 or MBH are, but I'm thinking they're probably other deputies or some sort of local mental health facility. As I said before, she wasn't homicidal or suicidal and refused any services from deputies or the medics. Nothing still could be done. A little over 2 hours later at 12:49 p.m., a phone call came to 911 again, this one lasting a little over 7 minutes.
911 address.
Fuck you up, bitch. Fuck you up. I'm about to fuck you up. I'm about to fuck you up. I'm about to fuck you up. You come anywhere near me, bitch. Anybody. Come here. Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here. Yeah, come here. Come here. Come here. Get your motherfucking ass out of here, bitch. Come here. Wait till you come here. Wait till you come here. If you don't let me get in this car, I'm gonna kill you, hoe. What? Come here. Come here. Because when I get you, I'm going to kill you. Bitch. You did this. Yeah, you did. And when I get in, I'm going to kill you, bitch. Bitch, you know where my teeth is, bitch. You, bitch. I'm finna get you. Bitch. Wait, bitch. Wait, bitch. You wait, bitch. Wait, bitch. Yep. You knew that my people was out here, didn't you? You didn't know that my people was out here? Huh? Huh? With me? Come here. You made me break my window? Huh? Watch this. Where'd she go? You ready? Well, what? Because I keep hearing you, bitch. Where you running to? God. Bitch, I'm finna tear your ass up. Bitch, where you go? Who is this? Mr. Clinton. Where'd she go? Hey. Where'd she go? Where that girl go who bust my window? Huh? Yeah. She busted my window. Right now? I don't know, but she need to be found. Where's she at? She running around. Why she just bust my window? Shana. Where she at? She running around here. I'm gonna say she busted it. I ain't busted shit, bitch. You did. How? Play a little game, bitch. Where this bitch go?
Just like the last calls, the caller hung up. All that could be heard was the caller seemingly arguing with someone, but from what I could tell, there was no reply from anyone else there. Deputies were again dispatched to the scene, but while they were on their way, there was another call that came in, this time to the non-emergency number, and the call was much shorter.
Central Dispatch, Mark.
Hello. Hello.
Central Dispatch.
Yeah. It's South. Yeah.
Okay, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you speak up?
No. It's South.
Okay, I can't understand what street.
Hoover.
Hoover?
Ow. Yes.
You said Hoover?
Yes.
Okay, what is the problem?
Man, you guys. I would come over here and get this girl.
Sorry, what is the problem?
This girl hit me with a brick. My neighbor.
Okay.
I'm hurting real bad. She's hit me. Not her boss. Hold on.
Okay, and why did your neighbor hit you with a brick?
Well, come find out, cause y'all, I can't tell you, man. I'm hurting real bad. And I go to the. Hold on now, cause it's crazy, my butt.
What is your name?
Just cause y'all come, I can't do it right now, man. Sorry.
Okay. What is your name?
Right address. I can't. I don't know hers. That's the only.
What is your name?
This time the caller was talking with the dispatch and said someone, possibly a neighbor, hit her with a brick. She was talking very low, sometimes hard to understand what she was saying at all. Deputies arrived on the scene and found a vehicle with a busted out window. In the call log, it states that one of the units took pictures of the damage to the vehicle. It also stated that there were conflicting stories as to how the vehicle got damaged. Later, it looks like Sonya was transported to a hospital for mental health issues. She was escorted in by deputies, and one of them spoke to her about what's been going on. The narrative in the call log reads as follows. I spoke to Sonya at the hospital. She appeared to be having some 1096 issues. She stated a neighbor came over to her house and began causing problems and broke her front driver's side window with a brick. Sonya then admitted to breaking her own window on the back driver's side in an attempt to get into the car to get away. She was unable to get in through the back, so she ripped out the driver's side window in order to gain entry into the vehicle. Sonya had some minor scrapes, which she stated were from reaching in through the broken windows. Sonya said she had recently been released from a mental hospital in Granite City, and she showed me paperwork from Mobile Crisis, which was dated 7/3. She also stated she was out with Mobile Crisis and City Police today, who attempted to run her off the road. Sonya was going to seek medical treatment for her injuries. So from that, it sounds like she was only going to be treated for the scrapes she had, then leave the hospital. That brings us back up to the original call. We'll circle back around to that original call I played early in the episode and start seeing how things took a much different turn here in just a sec. You know, that's the sound of another sale on your Shopify store. But did you know Shopify powers selling in person too? That's right. Shopify is the sound of selling everywhere. Online, in-store, on social media, and beyond. Shopify POS is your command center for your retail store. From accepting payments to managing inventory, Shopify has everything you need to sell in person. With Shopify, you get a powerhouse selling partner that effortlessly unites your in-person and online sales into one source of truth. Track every sale across your business in one place and know exactly what's in stock. Connect with customers in-line and online. Shopify helps you drive store traffic with plug-and-play tools built for marketing campaigns from TikTok to Instagram and beyond. Get hardware that fits your business. Take payments by smartphone, transform your tablet into a point-of-sale system, or use Shopify's POS Go mobile device for a battle-tested solution. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way. Do retail the right way with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/MC911, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/MC911 to take your retail business to the next level today. Shopify.com/MC911. Up till now, we've listened to a series of 911 calls, mostly from Sonya Massey herself, and one from her mother that came in over the course of 2 days, starting at 9:26 p.m. on July 4th and ending on July 5th at 12:57 p.m. The last update from the deputies at the hospital where Sonya was checked in at was at 2:26 p.m. This brings us to the early morning hours on July 6th at 12:49 a.m. with the call we heard earlier on at the start of the episode. I want to play it again since it's only just over 40 seconds long.
911, what's the address for your emergency?
2868 South Hoover Avenue.
What's going on there?
I keep hearing stuff on the outside of my house, and it sounds like somebody was banging on the side of my house. I don't know. Oh, could y'all come and see?
And can you confirm the address for me?
It is 2868 South Hoover Avenue.
What is your name?
Sonya Massey.
And your phone number?
I don't know the number by heart, but I know that somebody's outside my house right now.
Okay. Have you seen the person?
We have discussed that call. It starts out as a normal sounding call, someone calling for a possible prowler, but then disconnects at the end before any suspect info is able to be obtained. One more call was placed from the phone, but there was no conversation during the 15-second call. That call came in just as deputies arrived on the scene. The next bit of audio that we have comes from one of the two deputies' body-worn cameras. I'm going to break up the audio into two segments. The first is a little over 5 minutes long. This is when the officers get to the house and start knocking on the door. There's a couple minutes where there's no one answering the door, and normally I would just cut some of that audio out, but I want to play it so you can hear some of the talk the officers are doing as they wait. The door is finally answered a couple minutes into the audio.
There's a bike sitting back there.
Where?
On the back door. I don't know if it's hers.
I love tap it.
So which one? 319.
They contact her, so someone threw a brick to her.
You want to try and call her 17 back here and let her know we're out front? Yes, that's set up good.
I hear the phone ringing. You didn't see anybody out walking that way, did you?
No, not when I came in.
I didn't see anybody that way either. I hear her phone ringing and she's refusing to come to the door, so we're about to go tonight. She's dead in there.
Oh, let's hope not.
Is this a ring doorbell?
Yeah, it doesn't work though.
Sheriff's office!
Two houses down, I think. Oh no, it's right here.
Put the drugs up. Go ahead. She was yelling inside. She told us to hold on. You coming to the door or not? Alright, hurry up.
South town, bud.
Sheriff's office, the one you called.
Somebody is out here and I need to go help. Please don't hurt me, y'all.
How did it hurt you? You called us.
Okay,
We're never
please.
So what'd you hear?
Somebody keeps outside my house, y'all. Please,
Is this your car over here?
please, God, please, God, please.
Is this your car over here? Oh,
Please, God.
that's not your black car in the driveway?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody. We don't. We checked the whole area. There's nobody out walking around.
I know, y'all. Please, God. I'm trying to get help, y'all, but
What do you need help with?
nothing. I just, please, God, please. I don't know what to do.
Do with what?
Huh?
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if y'all could help me.
What do you want help with?
Huh?
What do you want help with?
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard.
We didn't see nobody,
So
so.
nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope.
Nope.
We checked the whole area.
Okay.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir. I'm sorry. I was trying to get...
I got you. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Huh?
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
That really should have been the end of all of this. Deputies were called to check for someone around the house. After making contact with the caller and advising no one is there, that probably should have been it. But the audio continues and things go downhill from there. but it's not something that even gradually works its way down like that. It jumps to an extreme in seconds. You'll hear in this bit of audio, also around 5 minutes long, where officers begin asking her about her mental health, then inquire further about the vehicle parked in the driveway. One deputy goes inside the house with Sonya, and the other is outside checking the license plate to see who owns the car. After finding out it is her car, he joins the other deputy inside the house.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine and stuff.
All right. Okay.
I love y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. That's not your black car, though. The SUV? Whose is it? You don't know? If someone just parked it in your driveway?
They brought it to my driveway.
And just left it?
Yeah, let's run that.
Yeah. 19, I got a 20 clear.
Does anyone else live here with you?
Somebody else.
David Mary 43556.
You live here by yourself other than that? You got a name? You got an idea or something? Can I get your name real quick? Attach this. See who we spoke to.
Okay.
Temple.
Hello? Yeah, I need, I got the sheriff department here, but I was calling for help from y'all.
Okay, are you there with me?
They're here in my house right now.
Okay, I'll let you go and you can talk to them.
No, hold on, wait a second, sir.
You can hang up, Codwell, it's good.
For what? You're there with the deputy, correct?
No, hold on, okay?
You can hang
Hold
up.
on for what?
Just 1 second, okay?
Yes, please hang up.
Okay.
What's up?
I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it
Okay,
was.
what was the damage?
A dent, I believe.
But what about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect. What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. You're not in trouble. I just need to attach.
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need shit. Just a driver's license will do, and then I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID real quick.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then...
One task at a time here.
Okay, let me
Here, grab your ID for me.
Hold on. Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You just in that stack right there, maybe?
Okay. 1 second.
Just check on her.
Let me get this.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot!
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot! Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078. Fuck.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
No, headshot, dude. She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it.
God, fuck.
Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to the fucking head. And look, it fucking came right to our feet, too. God damn it.
Fuck. God damn it.
You good?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Hold her up. Let her fucking just...
God.
Is that what you do, man?
Fuck.
You good? Yeah. Alright. Fuck. Well, I mean, you know, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the fucking face, and it already reached us. Fuck.
They got a 52 en route?
Yeah, 1078.
The first time I watched this video, I immediately thought there was no reason for any of this to happen. It looked like one of the deputies shot her for no reason at all. I have since watched that bit of the video now dozens of times, trying to figure out what happened that made them draw their weapons, and one of them fire his weapon. At the end of that, one of the deputies is saying he didn't want to take a pot of boiling water to the face. Like I said, the first time I looked at the video, I didn't even see a pot after a certain point. I'll come back around to that in a second. The deputies were there inside the house asking for her ID. I'm not sure if this was for reporting purposes or to check to see if she had warrants, but for whatever reason it was, they asked her for it. She mentioned having some sort of paperwork too. She then says, "Let me check on this," referring to something in a pot that was boiling on the stove. A deputy says he doesn't want a fire to happen there. Sonya gets up and walks over to the stove where the pot is. She puts on some oven mitts and picks up the pot and moves it to the edge of the sink. At that point, the deputy that made the remark about not wanting a fire backs up some. Sonya asks, "Where are you going?" And the deputy replies, "Away from your hot steaming water." She then says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." She says it again while holding the pot, looking at the deputies. Sonya is separated by about 8 to 10 feet from the deputies with a bar top countertop between them. The first deputy pulls his gun and says, "You better not," I assume believing she may throw the water at them. He continues by saying, "I'll shoot you in your fucking face." While there's no more audio for this, there is the narrative that was written in the police report from the deputy that said those words and fired the shots. The other deputy's name was redacted from this. The deputy writing this was Deputy Sean Grayson. I'll not read the narrative up to the point where the pot becomes an issue. I'll start at that point. I could hear a crackling noise. I looked into the open kitchen approximately 10 feet from where I was standing in the living room, and I saw a large metal pot on the stove. Sonya was boiling an unknown liquid in it. I did not see any food out or other cooking materials. There was just a large pot on the stove. The large pot appeared to be turning a reddish color as if the pot had been on the stove for a long period of time. I asked Deputy Redacted to turn off the stove before starting a fire in the residence. Sonya stood up from the couch very quickly and went to the kitchen behind Deputy Redacted. She turned the stove off. Sonya grabbed the large pot and walked towards the sink to the left of the stove. She turned the hot water on, acting as if she was going to pour it down the drain. With both hands on the pot, Sonya turned to face me holding the pot. I did not know what type of liquid was boiling. I feared Sonya was going to throw boiling liquid onto us, causing great bodily harm or death to Deputy Redacted or I. I advised Sonya to put the boiling liquid down. Sonya stated she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus. She stated this twice. I interpreted this to mean she was going to kill me. I drew my duty weapon out and pointed it at Sonya. I gave her loud, clear verbal commands to drop the pot of boiling liquid. At this time, she ducked down behind the cabinet. I approached the cabinet to keep a visual on Sonya to ensure she did not grab any other weapon. As I approached the cabinet, Sonya stood up from the crouched position, grabbing the pot, raising it above her head, and throwing the boiling substance at me. I was in imminent fear of getting boiling liquid to my face or chest, which would have caused great bodily harm or death. I fired my duty weapon in Sonya's direction. Skipping across a little bit, he then says, I looked down at my feet and observed the boiling liquid to have hit my boots, and I observed steam coming from the cabinet area and liquid on the floor of the kitchen. I read this after watching the video at full speed a couple of times on my cell phone. I watched it again on my computer screen, which is a 42-inch TV. At full speed, Everything happened so fast, I still didn't see anything. I continued watching over and over again, trying to see if Deputy Grayson's narrative fit what was happening. I just wasn't seeing it. That wasn't until I got back on my phone and remembered I can zoom in on the video as well as slow it down. At a quarter of the regular speed and zoomed in directly to Sonya, as Deputy Grayson draws his gun on Sonya, she holds her hands up, saying she's sorry. Her hands still have the oven mitts on them. She then looks like she goes down to the ground, kneeling on it. That's when on the zoomed in and slowed down video, I saw something. After she kneeled to the ground, she partially stood back up and grabbed the pot. At one point, you can clearly see her holding the pot and throwing it and its contents. That happened before the shots were fired. The pot landed in a chair about 2 or 3 feet from the deputies. The hot water from the pot was seen steaming in that chair and on the floor right at their feet. I'm saying this just to say his narrative matched what happened. Initially, I would think this is a justified shoot. If you were to simply base it on these actions, and only these actions, it seems like that would be the case. I'll post links to the video and screenshots of what I saw in the Facebook discussion group and on Patreon so you can see it all. But, there is a but. A lot of them. A lot of things happened that shouldn't have happened that night. To start, if they believe Sonya to be having mental health issues and had any thought that she might do something harmful to them with it, they shouldn't have allowed her to access the hot boiling pot of liquid. One of the deputies should have walked over himself and turned off the stove and possibly even poured out the water or whatever the liquid was. When she got to the pot and moved it to the sink, if they still believed themselves to be in fear, they had room to back up and get out of the range she had to throw at them. I've talked about a lot of police-related shootings on the show. I've watched probably dozens or hundreds more that I've never played on the show. A suspect points a gun at an officer, that seems a justified shooting to me. A person with a knife standing 50 feet away from an officer, just simply because that person has a knife doesn't mean it's okay for the officer to shoot. Even a slow advance towards the officer can pull back and try to talk the knife out of the suspect's hand. It doesn't get into deadly force area until the suspect looks like he's trying to inflict injury. This seemed like it was more of a suspect with a knife, a ways away type thing. Deputies could have pulled back to try and de-escalate the situation, but I believe the situation was incredibly elevated instead. Also, why did they continue with wanting her ID and such? It seemed like they had finished their reason for the call, the potential prowler. Someone also may ask, why weren't the deputies notified of her previous dealings with the sheriff's department? That's a little more difficult. If someone's calling about something like a prowler, previous calls may not be looked up. It's not necessarily relevant to what may be going on there. There also may not be any immediate premise hazard notifications listed at her address. That's if she hadn't been deemed mentally unhealthy and then documented and tagged with her address. There are so many reasons this shouldn't have happened. So many. And there are even more reasons for something else. Potentially why Deputy Grayson shouldn't have even been a deputy. Grayson enlisted in the Army in 2014. By August of 2015, he had a DUI. During the DUI arrest, he was also found to have an unregistered firearm in the vehicle, but he was at that time a resident of Kansas, which did not have a weapons registry, so he did not have to have the weapon registered. For that, he was discharged from the Army. He was given what's called a general discharge under honorable conditions, not an honorable discharge, due to the charge being with an outside law enforcement agency and not being tried or convicted in a military court. It was also noted that his military service was okay, though. Less than a year later, he had another DUI. Another potential red flag for employment with that sheriff's department, he had been with 6 other policing agencies in a span of 4 years, 3 of those being part-time. He had some problems while he was at a couple of those. One time he was engaged in a pursuit, and when ordered to stop pursuing, he continued and then hit a deer at over 110 miles an hour. He also had problems processing evidence, having left items laying around in the office. Another more serious potential infraction was a complaint of misconduct on 2 separate occasions, one of which was during a drug arrest. A woman had admitted to concealing drugs in a body cavity, and Grayson handed her a rubber glove and said she had to remove the drugs in front of him as well as another male officer. She didn't want to do that, and she was transported to a hospital so they could remove it. The female suspect was behind a curtain when the drugs were being removed, and Grayson walked through the curtain during the procedure. After the shooting of Sonya and a review by Illinois State Police, Deputy Sean Grayson was arrested on 3 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. I believe the 3 counts of first-degree murder come from each one of the bullets he fired. As to your opinions I was talking about early in the episode, there are a few you may need to think about. Do you think this was murder? And if so, do you believe in a trial setting a jury will also agree it was murder? Or do you feel this was a justified shooting because he was in fear of bodily harm or death? And getting back to something I was talking about earlier, could more have been done to help Sonya with her mental health problems, hopefully by actual mental health professionals? As to my opinion on all this, the easiest thing for me to say, or actually maybe the most difficult, my answer, I don't know. I'm not versed in Illinois state law or their department policies. But one thing I will share my opinion on, though, could this have all been prevented? I'm right at about 100% in the yes category for that. I believe absolutely this could have been prevented. That's it for this one. I'll be asking in the Facebook Music City 911 podcast discussion group what your thoughts on it are. As I said before, I'll also link the video and post screenshots of what I saw. I do believe that this is something that definitely will be discussed. Not only that, but something that should be discussed, possibly in the hopes that something like this might be prevented in the future. So if you haven't joined the discussion group, head over to Facebook and join in. Also, coming off last week's episode, there was a bonus companion episode posted over at Patreon, and it was an incredibly wild and sad incident. If you want to give it a listen, head over to patreon.com/MusicCity911 for that, other bonus content, and ad-free episodes. Until next time, for Music City 911, I'm Brandon, and y'all have a good one.